All right, we're doing part 3, guns and wings. All right.
The Flower Feather Clan should be about ready to hold the new flying trials by now. Let's go check it out.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon. You came.
Yep.
Yep, and it looks like we made it just in time. Although, can't say the same for the Cuckoosaurs. Bit of a low turnout, huh?
Yeah, you'll see why soon enough.
All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1, fly!
It's a jetpack.
Whoa! We're really flying! I feel light as a feather. I'm flying without a Cuckoosaur.
These phlogiston wings are awesome!
What's going on? Paimon can barely believe her eyes. How did they fly all on their own?
What happened while we were gone?
The merchants we ran into that day were selling a product called phlogiston wings. It's a flying machine worn on the back. To operate it, you just use a handheld trackball that controls the flow of gaseous phlogiston.
And what if
That's
you drop that ball?
incredible.
Yeah, if our tribe, well, if Natlan mass adopted this technology, it would revolutionize our mobility and responsiveness in times of crisis. Just think of the countless tragedies that could be averted.
I feel like I'm dreaming. Did I really just fly on my own without the help of a Cuckoosaur? You'd better believe it. Plus, you just passed a flying trial. Right, Elder Alba? Elder Alpa?
Should this really count as a pass? If we did the trial using phlogiston wings?
Why not? The scoring rubric is about flying performance. It doesn't specifically say you have to ride a Cuckoosaur, does it?
Yeah, maybe, but... I mean, even Chasca had to ride a Cuckoosaur in a trial, right? And the whole point of the trial is to test both your flying technique and your ability to work with a saurian companion.
I was just about to bring up Chasca because when we just tested this grounds, we were on a gun, not a Cuckoosaur.
Well, if we can fly by ourselves, maybe we don't need to test the ladder anymore.
But that's a whole part of your heritage, is your connection to the Cuckoosaur.
Chasca, Traveler, what are your thoughts on this new invention?
It's an unknown quantity, and you should use it with caution. You don't know, like, what happens. Like, what if you get too high up and you can't absorb phlogiston up there? If you're too high up on a bird, the bird still has wings and can glide you to safety. Jetpack's not going to do that. It's a jetpack. It's a piece of machinery. It's not going to be able to.
Right? That's what I think too.
I agree that they have strategic value, but I don't think it makes any sense to evaluate candidates by the current testing standards if they're using phlogiston wings.
Personally, I feel like the phlogiston wings are a good thing to use before people are at the step where they need to be practicing on a Cuckoosaur. Like, you use the wings to get used to air time, and then once you're used to being in the air and maneuvering and whatever, then you can get on a Cuckoosaur, because its life and yours are kind of tied together at that point. It's reliant on you being a good flyer. So then Cuckoosaur would be the next step. It's not a replacement, it's just an added precaution.
Oh, why? Shunan finally mustered the courage to go through with this. And now you're saying it doesn't count?
Because you're not riding a Cuckoosaur.
I don't have any experience using these wings in battle, nor is it immediately obvious how to incorporate them into the existing systems in our tribe.
Yeah, also, someone throws a rock at it, it's broken.
Taking a longer-term perspective, I think we need to start by getting thoroughly acquainted with how these things work. Then we can develop a new trial format with new assessment criteria, tailored to candidates using the phlogiston wings.
You all raise valid points. But Chasca, while your proposal sounds perfectly reasonable, it would probably take years to put it into practice. We lost so many people in that war. These phlogiston wings could be exactly what we need to strengthen our forces and boost morale in this trying time.
Or it could send a lot of people to an early grave because it's not a very well-tested piece of technology. The pendulum swings both ways.
And as for real-world battle experience, there will be plenty of opportunities to gain that. I have high hopes for you, Junon.
Huh?
Hey, stop staring into space! Say thank you!
Hmm.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Elder Alpa.
You have nothing to thank me for. Remember, the way you got your wings back was by relying on yourself.
Elder Alpa's being weird. She was also weird about the Kukasaur attack. I don't know what's happening here.
Oh, Elder Alba! Bad news! Kukasaurs are attacking the merchants again!
Again? Okay, everyone, stay put while I...
Huh? Chasca?
What is used to make these wings? Is what I want to know.
Why did Chasca rush off like that? And then Elder Alpa and the others too? Anyway, let's go see what this is all about.
What if it's like something really disturbing? Like you need a Kukasaur heart to make wings. My free stuff. Do. Also, can you use a jetpack in inclement weather? I don't think so. You're gonna get struck by lightning. It's a bird.
Oh, it's back! It found us again! Run! Get out of here!
It's not happy.
Curses. She's really riled up this time. Hey! Stop running! We'll never outrun a creature with wings! Get back here and let's fight!
They didn't run anywhere.
Stop! All of you!
Chasca! Oh, wonderful! Quick, get rid of that thing!
That's her mother, probably.
What's going on? Why isn't she doing anything?
So it
Pretty
means
sure that's
you,
her mother.
sister.
Oh!
Wait, sister? That Kukasaur is Chasca's sister?
Oh. I didn't anticipate there being siblings. And it's all cut up. That's so sad. Why is it hurt?
Koya, wait!
Is Chasca gonna be okay? Should we go check on her?
What did you do to that poor Kukasaur, sir?
Is everyone all right?
We're okay. No serious injuries. Thank goodness you all got here just in time.
I don't trust Alpa.
Chasca, are you okay?
I'm fine. Sorry for making you worry.
You're not going to keep following her?
No point. She's an expert at hiding her tracks. Once she's shaken you off, you'll never catch up to her. At least, I always used to lose to her at hide-and-seek when we were kids.
When you were kids?
Well, yeah. You know, I was raised by Kukasaurs. Anyway, she and I grew up in the nest together. Her name's Koya, and she's my big sister. We played together all the time, chasing each other through treetops or mountaintops. It felt like it would go on that way forever. Until the day I was sent back to live with the humans. Not all Kukasaurs are friendly towards people. Koya, for instance, she's fine with me because we grew up around each other, but she's not fond of other humans. When Mom decided to send me away, Koya strongly protested, and after I left, she became more and more reluctant to interact with humans.
Maybe she thinks that humans stole you away from her.
It's a possibility, but in any case, we still stayed best friends at first. I had a hard time adjusting to life in the tribe. So whenever something went wrong, I'd run off into the wild and vent to Koya.
Ah, so that's what Uncle Cusco was talking about. He said you seemed to prefer hanging out with saurians to your own kind back then.
Well,
Yeah,
they're her
I did.
family.
But then, gradually, everything changed. With a new mom and dad, a new tribe, and Koichi, I started getting curious about these humans. I made an effort to understand their behavior. The more time I spent with them, the less I spent with Koya. And then, one day, it was Koya's turn to leave the nest. She sought me out and asked if I was willing to leave the tribe and go live in the wilderness with her. As far as I can remember, that was the first time she ever approached a human settlement on purpose.
So, how did you answer her?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you if I'd said yes.
In other words, you turned her down.
No, I was torn. On the one hand, I'd already made up my mind to embrace my new family and accept my human identity. But I also knew that Koya wasn't a fan of humans, and I didn't want to disappoint her. She took my hesitation as an answer. She saw it as a personal betrayal, threw a huge fit, and then flew off. We hadn't seen each other since, well, until today. Not for a lack of trying, though.
Dang.
I tried asking Mom where Koya's new nest was so I could talk things out with her. But Koya had already asked Mom not to tell me where she'd moved to. It must be hard for Mom, being stuck between her two daughters. So I didn't press the issue. And I didn't go looking for her.
But after today's events...
If things carry on like this, I need to make sure I find her before anyone else. Even if she doesn't want to see me. For now, let's bring the wounded back to the tribe. And see what Mutota and Elder Alba have in mind.
But they're only attacking this caravan. So that's kind of highly suspicious. Give me the plant. Thank you.
All right.
I love the animation of switching into Shilonen. Her rollerblading is just so smooth. Going up. Free stuff? My carrot.
Everyone gets opportunities.
Do. I should have just teleported. I forgot how weird this place is to maneuver around. How do the Fontanians get around in here? Do they have to, like, climb the wall there as well?
Bring it.
Do. After tending to the wounded, Butoda gathers everyone for a meeting.
I hear there's been another Kukasaur attack.
Ha! I knew it! They're wild animals, and they can't be trusted.
What an interesting thing to say for someone who's obsessed with a gambling game that revolves around Kukasaurs, for one, and two, your entire tribe's cultural heritage involves your bond with the Kukasaur. So what do you mean they're wild animals and they can't be trusted? Your whole tribe has been trusting them just fine for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Hey, show a little respect. The Kukasaurs are our partners.
You tell him.
Maybe in the flying squad, but they don't give a hoot about the rest of us.
Well, now that we have the phlogiston wings, do we even need the Kukasaurs anymore?
These people.
Are you kidding? How are we supposed to protect our tribe without them?
No wonder the Kukasaurs didn't choose these other people. It's because they knew that these people didn't really care about them. They could sense that. You're wingless for a reason, my guy. Wingless for a reason.
I didn't mean it like that.
But that's how you said it.
Protect our tribe? Or are you just scared that your precious flying squad will lose its prestigious position?
You take that back!
Things are changing so quickly.
Chasca, there's a conflict emerging there. Aren't you going to nip it in the bud?
The whole tribe's talking about this now. Breaking up a single fight won't solve anything. The real source of conflict here is the phlogiston wings. And what happened with Koya.
On any other day, people would just brush this attack aside. After all, clashes between wild Kukasaurs and humans are no more common than those between people.
Honestly, I would blame a lot of this on Alpa's immediate decision to allow for the phlogiston wings to count as passing the trial. I don't think she had the right to make that choice. I mean, maybe she did, but I just feel like that should have been something Mutoda should have decided on, or like an entire council of elders. That's a big decision to make on the fly like that. And now there's a lot of conflict.
But now that the phlogiston wings have entered the equation, it's sparked a debate over whether our tribe needs the Kukasaurs at all.
Yeah, thanks to you.
I worry that we risk repeating the mistakes of the Cinder City. Back then, Lord Ochkon's hatred of the Saurians nearly destroyed the peace forged by the Pyro Archon. Chasca, to prevent things from deteriorating further, I'd like to task you with restoring peace to the tribe.
I will.
Traveler, you've already done so much for Natlan, and the Flower Feather clan has no right to ask more of you. But
I am so in, sir. I like the flamingos. I'm going to help protect the flamingos. Chasca's my friend.
Thank you.
And don't forget about Paimon. Just leave this to us.
This whole situation has unfolded so quickly that it's put us on a back foot. To tell the truth, it makes me a little suspicious.
I'm suspicious of you. It's unfolded so quickly because you've orchestrated it to be that way.
You think someone might have orchestrated all this?
It's possible. Leave it with me. I'll look into it.
No, don't leave it with her. She's the
Also, Chasca,
reason.
could you try to keep a low profile while you're out there digging around? We don't want to give our hand away.
You just told her to break up that fight over there, and now you're like, oh, but keep a low profile. I don't understand.
I'll do
What
my
you
best.
want, Alba?
Okay, so where should we start?
This all began with Koya's attacks. If we can find out what led her to do it, that should give us something to work with.
But will she even talk to us?
Unlikely. Given how she reacted when I showed up, I don't think she's forgiven me. If you want to resolve a conflict through dialogue, sometimes you need a third-party facilitator. Let's go see my mom.
I'm in. Visit Chasca's mother. All the way over there, huh? Uh-huh. Okay. For a second I thought those were like normal dolphins and I was going to be very confused.